Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Omega Seamaster Professional Planet Ocean 42mm titanium. You can see this automatic winding 600-meter dive watch and purchase it on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time to see our full listing for this watch, with additional high-resolution images, accessories included, and naturally complete pricing details. Now, the Planet Ocean line from Omega debuted in 2005, and it's been steadily upgraded over time, but its constant signature has always been a range of full-sized modern cases ranging from 42mm all the way up to 45.5, and the watch I'm wearing here is titanium in 42mm, arguably the most wearable of the Planet Oceans. It's a great fit on my 16cm, 6 1/3 inch circumference wrist. Now, if your wrist is smaller, have no fear. This watch is sized sufficiently compact that it could be worn on a wrist as small as 14 centimeters with great security and proportion. And again, because of the titanium construction of case, bezel, bracelet, and clasp, it is quite wieldy and light on the wrist. Now, the bare measurements, of course, are 42mm across the round of the case. It's a thick little thing, 16mm thick. It's not excessively squat on the wrist, and it does have a nice span from side to side. At 53mm, it does have the body and presence of a full-sized, even oversized watch, but it doesn't have the cumbersome feel and look on an average-sized arm like mine. Now, it's paired with a wonderful 3-link bracelet that succeeds on a couple of fronts. First, this is a lot more like the Rolex Oyster than the traditional multi-link Seamaster bracelets that you know from the 300-meter series, better known as the Bonds. And it makes effective use of double polish. You can see satin on the top links, and then just enough accenting polish on the flanks. Now, it's paired with a superb milled out single fold deploy and clasp, twin trigger in the classic fashion of those great Bonds. This one's improved on several counts. First of all, the action is smoother. The pushers are rounded off and polished to contrast with the satin of the clasp itself. And finally, the best in the business, folding dive extension returns. It's still milled out, it still feels like a Brinks truck, but one of the upgrades of recent years has been the incorporation of ceramic buttons into the deployant itself, such that the old nibs that were made of metal that would wear down over time and result in a looseness and reluctance to stay buckled, that's been eliminated. The ceramic is effectively a lifetime material that ensures that this dive extension, whether you're using it over a winter coat or a dive suit, is going to remain crisp and tight long into the future. Now, the watch itself features some design cues from Omega heritage and some that are entirely contemporary. You can see the beveled case in the fashion of the 60s Seamaster Professionals and the 1965 to present Speedmaster Professionals, and Omega uses it as a canvas for differential polish. You can see both satin and polish, giving it beautiful character and differentiation, animating it nicely, and it works in concert with this beautiful ceramic titanium bezel. That's right, it's a titanium bezel with a blue ceramic insert, the ceramic effectively being just as hard as the sapphire crystal. Like the ceramic inserts in the dive extension, it assures long-wearing durability and also aesthetic excellence, such that you don't have that beat-up taxicab look that so often afflicts bezels on older dive watches. This one's built for the long haul as well as the deep dive. Now, you can see the helium valve, one of the signatures of the Seamaster Professionals in the modern era. Not something you're ever likely to need if you don't encounter exotic oxygen mixtures, but again, luxury so often is about having that wonderful conversation piece and more capability than you need. Moving inboard from the ceramic bezel, you can see that the dial has a few character references that can be traced straight back to the first Omega Seamaster 300 of the 50s, namely the broad arrow hands. You can also see that the tri-Arabics make for easy reference and reading. Again, that's a historical reference, but whereas the originals were printed on, these are all applied, as are the indices themselves. Entirely loomed, this is an easy watch to see day, night, low light, or none at all. It also features a gorgeous lacquered dial base that's glossy deep and appears as wet, deep, and rich as an enamel dial, with none of the frailty concerns should you handle your watch as a sports watch is intended. Now, the movement does feature a couple of neat tricks, starting with the time zone function, which allows you to adjust the date and the hour independently of the seconds and minutes without stopping the balance, without affecting the timing precision or amplitude of the watch. Moreover, being a COSC certified Swiss chronometer, it can be set precisely with a hacking seconds function that stops the balance. Now on the case back you see where the magic comes from, and it takes the form of an Omega caliber 8500 dual mainspring barrel coaxial chronometer, 60 hours of power reserve, automatic winding with smooth bidirectional action. It also features a full balance bridge, as I'll show you in this shot. You can see full balance bridge Rolex style. Let's get that balance beating again at its quirky coaxial rate of 25,200 vibrations per hour. So it's tremendously stable. Dual anchored balance bridge and a free-sprung balance both attenuate shock and reduce timing disruptions due to shock or vibration. The SI14 silicon hairspring makes the watch effectively amagnetic, resistance to the effect of magnetism in the home or workplace. Long one of the downfalls of mechanical watches, here alleviated with technology and materials science. You can see this handsome and perfectly sized titanium and blue accented Omega Seamaster Professional Planet Ocean 42 millimeters in titanium. Purchase it on our website.